Now let me guess, you're looking to escape the chaos of the Bay Area, or maybe you're relocating from out of state and Sacramento has popped up on your radar. But here's the thing, Sacramento isn't just a pit stop between San Francisco and Lake Tahoe anymore. It's a full-blown lifestyle destination, and the secret's out. Whether it's the booming food scene, historic neighborhoods, killer outdoor access, or the fact that your dollar actually stretches here, people are making the move and fast. But here's the catch, not all parts of Sacramento are created equal. There are some major pros and some hidden trade-offs. So if you're wondering where to live, what it costs, and how safe it is, and what lifestyle you're really signing up for, we're covering all of that today because this is your no fluff, boots on the ground, Sacramento tier list, so let's go. Hey guys, if you're new to the channel, my name is Lance with the Living in Sacramento team, where our real estate team helps people buy, sell, and relocate to the greater Sacramento area by sharing exactly what it's like living here in the greater Sacramento Metro. And trust us, there is no one bringing you videos quite like we do. So if you're thinking about making the move, feel free to reach out. All of our contact information is in the description below and pinned in the chat. This video is going to be your full insider's guide to living in Sacramento. We're going to be breaking down the suburbs, the price points, the commute times, schools, and what life really feels like in each pocket of the city. We'll talk about which areas are trending up, which ones offer the most value, and a few local spots that even longtime residents overlook. Whether you're looking for new construction, charm and character, or space to grow, this video will help you figure out exactly where you belong. Now let's kick off with what I call our C-tier neighborhoods. Now don't let that label scare you. It doesn't mean bad, it just means that these are solid neighborhoods. They offer great value, but they come with some trade-offs. So if you're working with a budget in the low 400s to the low 600s and you're looking for space, location, and potential upside, this might be your lane. Now here are three areas that come to mind: Carmichael, Citrus Heights, and the Vineyard area in Sacramento. Now let's start with Carmichael, where I'm at right now. This is one of the more mature neighborhoods in Sacramento County. Think tree-lined streets, ranch-style homes built in the 60s and the 70s, a mix of longtime homeowners and newer families moving into the area. Prices usually in this area can range from the mid 400s up to the low to mid 500s, but you do have some luxury properties and some ranch properties in this neighborhood as well, especially as you get a little bit closer to the river, depending on condition and size. Now there are a lot of neighborhoods with character here, big front yards, deep driveways, and even the occasional quarter-acre lot. You'll see a lot of homes with some charm, but many of them do need some updating. The kitchens might be a little bit dated, the roofs may be a little bit older, but if you're handy and willing to do a little bit of work over time, Carmichael can offer a ton of long-term upside. Now next is Citrus Heights, which sits on the edge of Sacramento and Placer County. Now this area is probably going to be the best bang for your buck when it comes to getting move-in ready homes under that 550 to 600K range. Packed with a ton of mid-century and early 2000s homes. You'll even find the occasional flip here that's been fully remodeled. Citrus Heights also gives you easy access to both freeways, the Highway 50 and the Interstate 80 freeway. You've got Costco's, you've got Home Depots, you've got Targets, you name it, we've got it here. Plus it's not going to be too far away from the Roseville Galleria Mall. It's suburbia through and through, and every chain restaurant and big box store is nearby. But here's the thing, it's not the trendiest of suburbs and it's not the newest. Some streets look fantastic while others still need a little bit of love. But if you want a solid house, a backyard, and to avoid paying $700,000 to do it, this is a great spot to consider. Now the last one in this group is going to be the Vineyard area, and this one's going to be a little bit different. Vineyard is going to be a little bit further south in Sacramento, closer to Elk Grove, and it's seen quite a bit of new construction over the last 15 years. It's definitely not flashy, but it's clean, residential, and growing. You're going to find homes from the early 2000s all the way up to some new construction homes that are being built by Taylor Morrison right now over in Wild Hawk. You're going to have open concept floor plans, attached garages, and more modern feels over here. It's going to have a little bit of a rural feel with a little bit of new suburban new construction areas. It's also going to be one of the more affordable areas where you can still find a true 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom home in the low 600s. Now, some of the trade-offs in some of these areas is they're not always going to be in the polished master plan community feel. The walkability is going to be low. Some schools are going to be average, and certain pockets will feel a little dated or inconsistent block to block. These aren't the neighborhoods where you're going to walk to brunch or you're going to grab coffee on foot, but here's the payoff. You're going to be close to the core, you're going to get space, and you're not going to be paying $700,000 just to get into a decent house with a yard. If you're okay with a little bit of sweat equity, or you just want to get into a home without overstretching your budget, these areas are going to be where you're going to find the most house for your money. And in a market like Sacramento where prices have jumped fast, That matters, and for the right buyer, these are gonna be smart entry points with room to grow. Now, a quick pause, if you're thinking about making the move or you're relocating to the Sacramento area, don't go at it alone. Our team has helped hundreds of families make the move to the greater Sacramento Metro, and we'd love to help you guys too. So whether you're 12 months or 12 days out, let's hop on a Zoom call, put together a game plan based on your goals, budget, timeline. Our phone number is going to be popping up. We are the ones that answer every phone call, email, and text message, and we absolutely love it when you guys reach out to us. So you can find the link to book a one-on-one Zoom call in the description below. We are real people and we do respond to all these text messages ourselves, but we would love to hop on a phone call or a Zoom call with you guys as soon as possible to help you figure out the best game plan. If you're not quite ready yet, you can also download our real estate app that we just built for you guys. That's going to also be in the description below. Now let's bump it up a notch to what I call our B-tier suburbs. Now these are fast growing areas and places with a ton of momentum. You're gonna see newer homes, developing retail, expanding schools, and a massive amount of new construction. I'm talking South Rancho Cordova, I'm talking West Roseville, and the southern edge of Elk Grove. Now people are moving from all over the state of California, from the Bay Area, Southern California, and even out of state because they want good, newer homes, great schools, more space, and a better bang for their buck. And builders have responded. These are some of the most active new build zones in the entire Sacramento Metro. So let's start with South Rancho Cordova, specifically neighborhoods like Anatolia, Sunridge Park, Capitol Village. So here you're gonna find builders like Lennar, Kehovnanian, Beezer, and Woodside Homes that are still actively building here right now, with move-in ready options and fresh phases being released. Now homes in this area are gonna range from the mid to high 500Ks all the way up to the low 700Ks depending on lot size and upgrades. Many of these homes are gonna have energy efficient features, they're gonna have solar, open floor plans, and they are gonna be ideal for multi-generational families. And Anatolia in particular is going to have a strong community feel, being that it's going to be the oldest community in this kind of newer section of Rancho Cordova. It's gonna have clubhouses, pools, fitness centers, and it's gonna be a modest HOA, which isn't going to be too bad. Now it's also gonna be known for, you know, having lots of trails, lots of sidewalks, lots of parks, access to newer elementary schools, and especially out here in the South Rancho Cordova area, you are gonna have access to Elk Grove Unified School Districts, which is a plus. You're gonna have schools like Pleasant Grove, Albany for the middle school, so it's gonna be really nice. Now the trade-off, that Highway 50 corridor can be a little bit congested at rush hour. I feel like they've been working on Highway 50 for about 20 years, but if you're commuting to downtown Sacramento, go ahead and build yourself a little bit of a buffer because you might get stuck in that traffic. Now, next up is gonna be West Roseville, which I'm at right now, especially the area of west of Fittyment Road. Pretty much all things west of Fittyment Road is going to be new construction homes. You're gonna have builders again out here like Lennar, Richmond American behind me, Beezer, Tri-Point, New Home Company. You're gonna have communities like Solaire, Winding Creek, Amoruso Ranch. Now we're talking new models, quick move-in homes, in some cases massive builders incentives like rate buy downs and closing costs. Now homes here are gonna be typically between 2,000 and 3,500 square feet, and they're gonna be starting in kind of that high 5, low 600K range, and they're gonna go up all the way to the high 8s, low 900 range, and many are gonna include solar, smart home packages, and upgrade finishes. Now West Roseville specifically is gonna be known for its highly rated public school districts, especially West Park High School, which is going to be an absolutely gorgeous campus that was just completed in 2021, and it's gonna have miles and miles of bike paths, parks, trails, community centers. You name it, it's got it. And you're gonna have open spaces like this behind me. You got parks and trails right there behind me, so super awesome. Now the commutes into downtown from Roseville are gonna be probably about 35 to 45 minutes. You can take some back roads that are gonna take you out baseline all the way out to Highway 99, and then you can drop into the west side of Sacramento closer to Golden 1 off I-5. Now finally, you're gonna have Elk Grove, and especially that south side, Madera Ranch, Esplanade. You're gonna have builders out there, again, Woodside, Taylor Morrison, the New Home Co. These are all gonna be master plan communities that are gonna be in that south side of Elk Grove that's gonna be kind of closer to that Sky River Casino. Now this part of Elk Grove is blowing up with both new development and commercial options, so you're gonna find a ton of new builds still available. A lot of these are gonna have some killer interest rates and some killer incentives, and a lot of the homes, even in the newer sections that are for resale, are gonna be less than 10 years old. So homes in this area of Elk Grove are gonna be kind of priced in that high 500K range, and they're gonna go all the way into that low 900K range depending on the builder and the floor plan. Now the thing here for you guys is going to be that Elk Grove Unified School District is a major draw here for families. Families love the new campuses, the proximity to parks, trails, and the community spaces, and many of the builders here are offering, again, some pretty killer incentives, especially on quick move-in homes and inventory. So we've seen clients get excellent rate buy downs, appliance packages, closing costs, just for working with the right agent who knows how to negotiate and press that builder just a little bit. Bottom line, if you're looking for that newer move-in ready feel and don't want to deal with the cost or stress of remodeling, this is where the new construction is happening. It's clean, convenient, and designed for the modern buyer. Yes, you still may see some dirt lots and construction trucks, and you might not be able to walk to your favorite brunch spot just yet until it gets built, but the value, the space, and the long-term growth make these B-tier suburbs incredibly popular, especially for those families who are looking to put down roots without breaking the bank. All right, let's jump into what I consider the A-list or the A-tier suburbs of Sacramento Metro. Now, these are going to be some of the most well-established, highly rated, and sought-after areas for families, professionals, or anyone looking to put down roots in a place that checks nearly every box. Now, when I say A-tier, I'm talking about Rocklin, I'm talking about Folsom, and places like East Roseville. Now, these are going to be some of the neighborhoods people move to when they're ready for more space, more quality, more long-term value. The schools are top-notch here, the homes are beautiful, and the communities just feel dialed in. You're not going to be getting starter home vibes here. You're going to be getting places that feel like home for the next 10, 15, or 30 years. Let's kick it off with Rocklin. If you want family friendly with a capital F, Rocklin is going to be your spot. It's one of the most organized and cleanest cities in the entire region. Now think community parks on every corner, high performing schools in neighborhoods like Whitney Ranch, Stanford Ranch, and Rocklin Trails. A lot of the homes built here were going to be in the 2000s to 2010s, but you can find older homes in Rocklin as early as 1950s, 60s, and 70s. So you're going to be getting modern layouts, larger garages, and well-kept yards. Rocklin Unified School District is also a huge draw. Rocklin High and Whitney High School are consistently ranked among some of the best public schools in the entire region. Now, price-wise, you are going to be looking at somewhere between $700,000 all the way up to $1 million, depending on the neighborhoods and the upgrades. Now, next, let's talk about Folsom. And no, not just Folsom Prison Blues. Folsom is a city that blends historic charm with suburban luxury. You've got areas like Empire Ranch, Briggs Ranch, and Prairie Oaks, and newer master plan developments in Folsom Ranch. What makes Folsom special is the lifestyle mix. You can paddleboard on Folsom Lake in the morning, you can hit Old Folsom for brunch, take a bike ride along the American River Trail, all in one day. Plus the schools here are absolutely phenomenal. Vista del Lago and Folsom High School are some of the top rated in the entire region as well, and the city itself is super well maintained. Homes here typically range anywhere from $700,000 all the way up to the low $1 millions. And then finishing up is going to be East Roseville. Now, East Roseville has a slightly older housing stock than West Roseville, but means bigger lots, more mature landscaping, and real neighborhoods with just real character. So you're also going to be minutes away from top tier restaurants, top healthcare like Sutter and Kaiser, premium retail at the Galleria and the Fountains. Now, some of the schools in East Roseville can feed to Granite Bay, but most of them are going to feed to Oakmont, which is going to be a huge plus for Roseville Joint Unified School District. Now, expect home prices in this area to be anywhere from the high 700s all the way up into the low $1 millions as well, especially homes with views or major upgrades. So what's the common theme here? Now, some of these suburbs are going to deliver a quality of life that's just going to be completely different than the rest. You've got great schools, beautiful homes, proximity to outdoor recreation, and strong community pride. They may not have the luxury branding of the S-tier neighborhoods that we're going to take you to next, but they are going to absolutely hold their value over the long haul and attract buyers who want stability, safety, and comfort. So if you're relocating with a family, or you want to step up from a starter home, or you just want a community that feels where you can grow as a family, Rocklin, Folsom, and even parts of East Roseville is going to be where it's at. Now let's talk about some of my favorite spots in the Sacramento region that don't always make the best suburbs list, but absolutely should. These are the hidden gems, the underrated, the under the radar neighborhoods that offer amazing lifestyles, great homes, and local charms that you just can't replicate with brand new construction. If you want something a little bit different, maybe a little bit more character, or you're trying to avoid the cookie cutter vibe, this is where you should be looking at. Now let's start off with Fair Oaks. Now this one hits a little bit close to home. I actually grew up here, and I can tell you firsthand, it's got a charm that's hard to explain unless you've actually lived it. You've got big oak trees, you've got winding streets, homes that aren't all stamped out of the same mold. The architecture is mixed, mid-century ranches, remodeled 2 stories, even some custom homes on some large lots. Now prices here can usually fall somewhere in between the high 500s to the low 800s depending on size and updates and the size of the lot. Now I'm out here at the Fair Oaks Village. Now this is super little quiet, kind of the downtown Fair Oaks or the old town Fair Oaks, full of local shops, few solid restaurants, and yes, actually wild chickens that roam around. It's a little under construction right now because they're getting ready to put in that new little kind of spot with like outdoor amphitheater, but it's definitely part of the personality. You're also super close to the American River Parkway, so if you're into biking, trail running, or paddleboarding, it's right there in your backyard. Now next up is Orangeville. This one also shares a little bit of sentimental value because I also went to high school here. Don't ask why. I lived in Fair Oaks and went to school in Orangeville, but this one's going to share a border with Fair Oaks, and it has its own unique personality. Some parts of Orangeville still feel semi-rural, a little bit of country. You'll see some homes with RV parking, half-acre lots, even rooms for horse and a big garden. A little bit of homesteading if you want to. It's quieter with a little bit more laid-back lifestyle, and you're still close to all of the big box stores and conveniences of Folsom. If you're somebody who wants elbow room without heading all the way out to the rural properties of Lincoln or Loomis or Penryn, Orangeville offers some really nice balance. Now, prices here for your traditional single family homes can be anywhere from 600 to 800K range. Now, if you want acreage property, you can still find some of those in the low 1 millions, and you can still find some amazing value here if you're willing to update the home with some good bones. Now, another one that we don't talk about too much on this channel is going to be the modern community located just kind of north Natomas Park area. Now, this is going to be just a few minutes from downtown, maybe about 15-20 minutes, located north of downtown Sacramento. It's going to be about 5 to 10 minutes away from Sacramento International Airport, but if you travel a lot, this one is going to be nice and easy. It's close to downtown Sacramento, and you're not paying the East Sacramento prices. It's a fantastic option for a lot of people who definitely have to travel. Most of the homes here are going to be built in the early 2000s. Layouts are going to be super family friendly, lots of 4-bedroom floor plans, upstairs lofts, open kitchen concepts. Now, what sets Natomas Park apart is you're going to have a lot of newer homes built post 2000s, and it's going to have strong neighborhood vibes. So usually a lot of these homes are going to fall somewhere in the upper 500s to low 600s as their starting point, and they're going to go up into the low 800s. It's popular with a lot of professionals, young families, people who got to do a lot of commuting. You know, it's just one of those things where the Natomas Park area tends to draw a lot of interest from a lot of different demographics or different types of people at different seasons of their life. Now, the last one, you've heard us talk about this one on the channel a lot, is going to be the Pocket Greenhaven area. Now, this is going to be one of Sacramento's most underrated neighborhoods. It's going to sit along the curve of the Sacramento River. It's going to be tucked on the west side of Interstate 5, and you're going to only be about 10 to 15 minutes away from downtown Sacramento. This is going to be the definition of hidden in plain sight suburb. Now, you are going to find wide streets, mature landscaping, river access, and a range of homes, some of them dating all the way back to the 70s and the 80s, and some of them are going to be fully updated, and they're going to be large. Now, homes typically in the Pocket area are going to be somewhere between the low 600s to the high 900s for something larger or on a prime lot. Now, the Pocket Greenhaven area is going to be ideal for buyers who want quiet suburban lifestyle without sacrificing proximity to the city. Now, here's the thing with all of these places. They're not trying to be trendy. They don't have brand new Sprouts on every corner or drive-through Dutch Bros on every corner, but they've got good soul, good bones. They've got good community. They've got homes that feel different. Not in a flashy way, but in a real livable kind of charming way. Now, if you're looking for charm, value, mature neighborhoods, and a little bit more personality in your next move, these are gonna be the spots that I'll show you first. All right, and if you're still watching, I've got 2 quick questions before we land this plane and finish this video out. But what neighborhood sounds like your vibe? Midtown, East Sacramento, Folsom, Elk Grove, Roseville? And what are you most excited about if you're going to move here? Comment down below. We read and respond to all of these comments ourselves. And also do a quick favor, share this video with somebody who might be thinking about making the move to Sacramento. We've got tours of suburbs, neighborhood guides, and current market updates that you don't want to miss and they don't want to miss. All right, so we've covered some solid spots, the fast growing zones, and even some of the high demand family favorites, but now we're stepping into a completely different league. Now, this is what I call the S-tier suburbs. These are gonna be the places that people whisper about at open houses, where buyers show up ready with proof of funds and where the lifestyle is every bit as elevated as the price point. If you're looking for top of the line everything, schools, homes, views, community, this is gonna be it. 2 names that are gonna stand out above the rest right now is gonna be Eldorado Hills and Granite Bay. Let's start with Eldorado Hills, where I'm at right now. Sitting just east of Folsom, right off of Highway 50, this is gonna be an area that has been a go-to for buyers looking for a little bit more land, a little bit more luxury, and a whole lot of lifestyle. The elevation gives you cooler evenings, sweeping views, and that foothill feel without sacrificing convenience. You can still even get to downtown Sacramento in about 45 minutes depending on the traffic, and you're only about an hour and a half away from Tahoe Snow or the Napa wine country. The neighborhoods here are what set it apart. Serrano is going to be the crown jewel, gated master plan community with its own private country club, championship golf course, walking trails, and some of the most meticulously maintained landscaping anywhere in the region. But beyond Serrano, you're going to also have places like Highland View, the Promontory Point, and Blackstone. Each are going to be offering their own take on luxury suburban living. Now, whether that's Tuscan-style estates, custom-built homes on view lots, or energy-efficient new construction, you're going to find it all here. School-wise, Oak Ridge High School is going to be the main draw. It's consistently ranked one of the top high schools in all of the region, and a lot of families move here specifically to get you into that district. Now, price-wise, you're not finding starter homes here. Most of the homes are going to fall between $900,000 and $1.5 million, with custom estates climbing well past $2 million in some of the gated communities. Then we've got Granite Bay. Now this is going to be a different kind of prestige. El Dorado Hills is going to feel like polished, newer luxury. Granite Bay is going to feel old school established. You're going to have neighborhoods like Wexford, Los Lagos, Shelbourne, Tree Lake Village, and Douglas Ranch. Many of these large estate lots are going to be gated entries, mature oak trees that are going to feel straight out of a magazine. Now, a lot of the homes in Granite Bay are going to be built in the 90s and the early 2000s, but we're talking semi-custom and full custom homes, many of which are going to be extensively remodeled to reflect today's luxury standards. You'll see high-end finishes, circular driveways, detached garage, and heck, even guest quarters. And the lot sizes, easily a half acre or more in most cases. Granite Bay is also home to Granite Bay High School, which is one of the top high schools in the entire Northern California region, both athletically, academically, and culturally. Granite Bay is the type of area that drives demand even when the broader market slows down. Now, you're also just minutes away from Folsom Lake, so boating, hiking, and waterfront living are just a part of the lifestyle here. Now, full transparency, there's not a ton of new construction in Granite Bay, but there are a few. Inventory is mostly going to be resale, and the good homes go quickly. Prices typically range anywhere between $1 million and $2 million, though you can find homes in the upper 900s if you're okay with a fixer or something a little bit smaller. So here's the main takeaway. If you've got the budget and you're looking for that elevated living, top tier schools, and neighborhoods that hold prestige no matter what the market's doing, El Dorado Hills and Granite Bay are definitely going to be the gold standard. This is where Sacramento's top executives, athletes, and longtime locals land when they want something truly exceptional. Now, these two areas aren't just homes, they're lifestyle investments. So here's the question that everyone keeps asking. Why are people still moving to Sacramento? It's not just about the price, it's about the possibility. It's also about finding a place where you can still buy a home with a yard, raise a family, launch a business, or finally trade 90-minute commutes for bike trails, farmers markets, and Sunday mornings at the lake. Sacramento offers balance. It's one of the few cities in California where you can still stretch out physically and financially and emotionally and feel like you're not just surviving but actually thriving. You want craft coffee in a cul-de-sac? Done. You want ski slopes and state jobs? Both an hour away. You want space for chickens and a Tesla charger? Welcome to the suburbs. You want a city with momentum, with soul, with opportunity that hasn't been priced out yet? This is it. This city is big enough to grow, small enough to matter, and real enough to still feel human. And for the people who find their way here, whether they come for affordability, for family, for work, or just a fresh start, they stay because they find it isn't just a place to live, it's a place to belong. That's why Sacramento is not just a good move, it might be the best move you ever make. So if you're thinking about making the move to Sacramento now or in the future, we would absolutely love to connect with you, hop on a Zoom call, and figure out the best game plan or strategy to make your move to the Sacramento area memorable and epic. We love you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.